It is not too late to become the person you have always wanted to be. This is a meditation for self-actualization and self-reflection. I want you to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. You don't have to do anything, just listen and try to absorb what I am sharing with you now. I know how much time you have spent being the person that you don't want to be. I know how much time you have spent building a life that doesn't even feel like your own. I know how much time you have spent trying to piece together the ruins and create something you can kind of feel proud of at the end of the day. I know how much time you have spent being a person that you don't want to be because you have been building your life from a place of reactivity. You have been responding to your circumstances, to other people's expectations, to the past, to the fears, to your thoughts. You haven't been making conscious, intentional decisions about who you are going to become because you haven't realized that you can. The thing is that you haven't known better. And so it's time to forgive yourself for not being the person that you've wanted to be. It's time to forgive yourself for believing that you're running out of time because you're not. This is your moment to wake up, to realize what is true, and to start moving forward. So first things first, you are not what you became to cope with the life that you didn't really want, for all the things you didn't ask for all the things you were brought up amongst, for all the things you were collateral damage to. You are what sets your heart on fire. You are what lights you up inside. You are what inspires you. You are what you love. You are what inspires you. You are what makes you want to do better and feel better. If you want to become the person that you want to be, you're going to have to start living from a place of intention. You're going to have to slowly move your mind away from the past and refocus on the now and what you can do with it. You're going to have to start being mindful of the things you had been doing mindlessly for so long. Nobody gets lost on purpose. Nobody wakes up one day and decides, I'm going to become someone I really am not inside. We get lost because we stop paying attention. We get absorbed into other people's dramas and needs and wants, and we lose ourselves in that. We lose ourselves in the fear that we'll never be enough, and we must constantly work to prove that we are. You're not actually afraid that you've run out of time. You're afraid that you'll never find the courage to step all the way in. It is not too late to become the person that you have always wanted to be, but one day it will be. One day your days will be behind you. One day this will all be over, and all you will have to look back on is a life that went unlived. Our lives will pass with or without our participation. So we have to decide whether we are going to show up and go for it, or end up looking back at all we didn't do and all we could have been. Conformity is the default. It is the automatic way we process the world while we are growing up and figuring out who we are going to be. We see what everyone else has done and we adapt. But what we don't see then, because we have no other choice, is that it places us in the artifacts of someone else's life. We built an existence of the pieces someone else had built for themselves. This is a natural part of growing up. You're not meant to have it all figured out immediately. You have to give yourself the time and space to be on your own, to explore yourself, to discover yourself, to figure out who you really are, what you want. We tell ourselves all kinds of stories about why we can't and won't and shouldn't actualize ourselves, mirroring the justifications we learn from those around us who didn't do it either. It is painful to accept that you may not be accepted, but it is far more painful to never be the person you really are. Because let me be clear, The world needs who you were meant to be. Your family needs them, your children, your friends, your peers, people walking down the street. There is nothing the world needs more than to see you walking in the full truth of who you are. You doing so will teach everyone around you that it's okay for them to do it as well. It will free up a child inside you who was always looking for a little bit more. It will liberate and show the way to those you know and love, who will see that it's not as scary as they may believe. So you have a choice, because there are two ways to live. We can sit on the sidelines wondering and waiting when it will be our turn, or we can dive all the way into who we are really meant to be. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the opposite of what you fear? What is the opposite of what you are so incredibly scared of? Because that's probably the thing you love and want and will protect the most. If all you can feel is the confinement of your own scared heart, then ask yourself, what would the opposite of that feeling be? Let it show you to yourself. Let it reveal things to you that you didn't know were even there. What is the opposite of what you fear that will tell you what you cherish? What are you most resisting becoming? The very act of resistance means that it's already here. It's already unfolding. It's already coming to you. You're just trying to push it away. Instead of focusing on how to let go and be less resistant, why don't you first just wonder, what am I resisting in the first place? Because that thing, I'm acknowledging that it's already showing up. It's already present. It's already entering my experience, whether or not I'm okay with it. What if I leaned into what I say I love? What if I leaned all the way into what I say that I want to be? And what if I took a moment to notice that it was already really emerging? What are you trying to protect? These are the most sacred and important parts of who you are. All that fear, it's safeguarding you against something. What is that something? That will tell you what you truly value, what's most important to you. What is trying to emerge from your life? What are you being steered away from and to? What, when you do it, makes you lose all track of time and just feel completely lost in the moment and excited and proud? I don't care if it's as simple as planning a vacation. Is there anything in your life that you can identify as being something that truly makes you feel alive? The truth is that you already are the person that you are seeking to be. Your journey is about seeing if you can just let them be. Your journey is about seeing if you can just let yourself lean into what's already becoming of your life. All these answers, this person that you are so afraid you might never step all the way into, they're already here. They're already present. They're already kind of latent inside of you, a latent potential. Your decision is if you're going to acquaint yourself with what that potential is and then start building it out into your everyday life. Because it is not too late to become the person you want to be. In fact, you are right on time. This is exactly the moment. Because you have been incrementally stepping into this person for a very, very, very long time. You look back at the past and see how far away you were, and what you don't realize is that you have already taken 1,000 steps in the right direction. And don't be fooled, because progress is not a linear event. You weren't meant to only keep stepping directly forward. Sometimes stepping backwards is exactly what you need to gain clarity, to gain closure, to understand. But you don't have to live there forever, not mentally nor physically. Recognize that through this entire journey, you have been taking slow steps, bit by bit, piece by piece, uncovering the truth of who you really are. It's been happening slowly over time. It's not something you're just going to completely dive into one day. It's something you're going to wake up and realize you have been diving into this entire time. None of this time has been wasted. The time you took is the time you needed. It is not too late to become the person that you are meant to be, because doing so is not just one event, it's an entire lifetime. You are already on this journey. And so when you open your eyes and re-enter your life, I hope you will lean into it. I hope you will embrace it more. I hope when you see an opportunity to open your arms and live, I hope you take it. When you see the path unfolding, I hope you walk it. I hope you're grateful for what you lost because it was clearing the way. And I hope you're thankful for what's still ahead because it's coming sooner than you think.